Kia ora koutou, I'm Bridget, I'm a statistician, and the path I took to get to be a statistician was a bit of an oddball path. I decided that field ecology and large-scale ecology was interesting, but to understand the relationships between all of the things in a field, you kind of have to understand the quantitative things that go between those. And I ended up majoring in statistics and eventually doing a Masters of Statistics. Data science and statistics is the basis of AI, and it's the basis of things like digital twins. Without statistics and mathematics, none of these things are really possible. So we need to have the really good fundaments of statistics and maths to understand what goes in is going to really affect what comes out of these models. Garbage in, garbage out is the old saying, right? This is COVID and wastewater. This is telling us how much COVID has been detected in wastewater nationwide and how many cases have been reported nationwide. And you can see there's a pretty good correlation between the two, even though this is a time series. You can see that the two series follow each other quite well. And then we can break it down into different regions. So if we look at Canterbury, which is where we are today, similar sort of thing. These are on different scales, just by the way, but we're still getting that trend of wastewater and cases are following each other quite well. And then we've got the variant stuff, which is a little bit bioinformatics-y, but this is data that we receive externally. Where are we finding these different variants? This is just detections of the variants, and then what is the percentage of the detections of the variants nationwide? And then we've got the map, which is always a little bit more exciting because then you can see where am I and what's happening where I am. So if we scroll in again or zoom in again a bit on Christchurch, we can see that compared to the previous week's results, we have less of a detection of SARS-CoV-2 in wastewater. And then we can see where all of this data actually comes from. So it's only including people who are attached to a wastewater network in Christchurch. It's all well and good to say, oh, we can see that things are reducing or not reducing, but by how much, and is that statistically significant? The start of that is understanding what experimental design is going to be most useful. So we're going to make sure what goes in, how that model is formed is going to be right, and it's going to be reproducible, and it's going to be defensible.